Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Casey, and today I've got really easy reading for you. I do these ones all the time. Everybody wants to know how a certain person feels about them, how a certain person is like, what they think about them, and so we're gonna get into that today. Today I've got 4 piles for you. If you want to know the names of the crystals, this one is black agate. This one is actually a mystery crystal. I'm pretty sure it's just like a cheap dyed agate of some kind. I tried my best to look it up and figure out what it was, but there's literally nothing like it on the internet from what I can find, so that's just gonna be mystery crystal number 2. If that mystery kind of speaks to you, then, you know, maybe there's some mystery that you want to figure out with this person, what they're thinking, whatever. But anyways, pile 3 is going to be the blue lace agate, and pile 4 is the bloodstone. Now, just a few things before we get started. I do want to kind of give like a noise warning. There's a lot of people over at the house right now, and I'm just like filming in my parents' bedroom, so also it's raining right now, so I hope that there's not too many noises in the background. My dog is probably gonna bark at some point, so I apologize for that in advance. But without further ado, go ahead. See, there she goes barking. Anyways, without further ado, go ahead, pause the video, pick which card you feel you're most drawn to. I have timestamps linked in the description below, and let's get into it. Okay, pile 1. If you chose the black agate, then this is your reading. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Prism Oracle cards. I usually save oracles until the end, but I'm kind of trying something new. I feel like I'll get some better information this way. But without further ado, let me go ahead and show you the cards. This first pile is your person's point of view of what's going on right now. The point of view of the situation, how they're seeing the situation, and like kind of how they're seeing you and your guys' relationship at this time. By the way, I am going to get to what they're thinking about in a little bit, but first I wanted to start off and kind of give you an idea of what's going on in your current situation, how they're viewing you, etc. So the first card that your person got for how they're viewing this current situation is illumination. Second is anxiety. Then rejection. And finally, consciousness. Okay. With illumination and consciousness, I feel like your person has had some sort of like judgment moment, some sort of realization about how they feel about you, or something has recently changed in your guys' relationship. And I think your person is the type of person that's not used to being very vulnerable, and something recently happened, like maybe you found out something about their past, or maybe they feel like they revealed too much too soon, and now all of a sudden it feels like their shell has been opened up against their will, and they're feeling very vulnerable right now. And all of a sudden it's like they can almost see that you're finally peering behind that curtain, that veil that they put up, this wall that they put up between everybody else, and you're seeing behind it for the first time, and it makes them feel super vulnerable. And nobody's really seen behind that veil before. And now that somebody is seeing behind it, I feel like they've kind of run from you. I'm sorry about the noise in the background if you can hear that. But anyways, I feel like they're kind of running from that vulnerability. Okay, sorry, I had to take a quick break because there's a bunch of noise going on in the background. But anyways, I feel like your person is feeling a lot of anxiety. I mean, even looking at this card, it looks like a bunch of noodles in a way, and it's making me think like somebody dropped their plate of noodles that they were like guarding so carefully, and all of a sudden all the noodles are on the floor, and they're like frantically like trying to pick them up, and they're like, no, don't look, I've failed, I've dropped all my noodles. And like I feel like they're trying to push you away, and they're trying to run from you right now. And it's because they're so scared of somebody knowing what's going on in their mind, what goes on behind that curtain. I feel like your person puts up a facade of being this like cool, mysterious person, and they've always got like a grin on their face, and you never really see that facade falter. And maybe you saw them cry, or you saw that facade crack, and all of a sudden they're like no one can know. Nobody can know that this happened. And they're running away from you and they're hiding that and they're pretending like you don't exist. They're trying not to talk to you or interact with you. But I feel like they can't get you off their mind. And they want you back in their life. They want to reconnect with you, and a little part of them wants to be able to be safe and vulnerable with you because they feel like you would be able to provide them that safety, and you could be that one person that they do open up to. But I mean, your person could be a Cancer or a Scorpio, because Cancer and Scorpio are represented by the crab and the scorpion, and those animals both have like this hard outer shell to protect themselves. And I feel like your person is so used to having that shell around them that now that they're like fully exposed, it's like their underbelly or like the soft inside of that shell is exposed, and they're so scared. And it's relieving on one side. They get to let down that shell and they can kind of take a breath and be like, okay, I can be myself around this person. I don't need to be hiding who I am from this person. I can just be me. But on the other hand, they've lived with that shell their whole life, and to take it off is so scary. And I feel like they're running away from you and kind of trying to reject you and reject how they're feeling about you so that they can just go back to having that wall up, to having that shell on, and to not feeling anything. But anyways, now let's go ahead and quickly take a look at how you're viewing this current situation. I just want to say real quick, if you feel like this isn't resonating with you, it could be that this isn't the pile for you, or it could be that this reading just isn't meant for you. I don't want anybody to ever like force things to resonate, so if it sounds like this isn't your person, it's probably not your person. But anyways, for you we have disruption, ghost, magic, and trust. I feel like this is okay, wait, I just got a few things that came to me. First of all, you might be bisexual. If you're not, then disregard that. But, you know, with the pink, purple, blue, I feel like, you know, those are the bi-pride flag colors. So that could be one thing. Or it could be you're in a same-sex relationship with this person, or this person is of the same sex as you. Or they could be opposite sex. I mean, that's the whole thing with bisexual, so. But another thing I got is your person's cards are kind of like all over the place. They're all these different colors, but yours are like these same like cool colors, and cool colors make me think grounded, slow moving, consciousness, versus your person's kind of like all over the place. Your person's like, they're having a lot of strong feelings, and right now, I think especially with this trust card, I feel a few things. First of all, the ghost thing makes me think that they've like possibly ghosted you, or it could be that you ghosted them, like you cut off connection with them because of the way that they're treating you. Now that they're like all scared of this and like, yeah, actually it could be they're feeling rejected by you because you decided to ghost them. You're like, I'm not playing this game. They're being a dick to me. They're shutting me out all of a sudden. I'm not dealing with that. I'm just gonna ghost them, and they're feeling rejected. Or the other way around, they could be ghosting you, or trying to reject you so that they move away from you, so that they don't need to feel that vulnerability. But I think either way, with however this disruption came about between the two of you, I think that you're trusting that they are gonna come back to you at some point. I feel like you have a deeper knowledge of them than they realize, and you know eventually that this person is gonna come around, and you kind of have that trust, like, I know exactly how they're feeling, I know why they're feeling it, I know why they're acting the way they do, because I feel like you know them on a pretty deep level. And more than that, with this magic card, I think you two could even be in a karmic connection of some kind. I apologize if the rain is a little too bad in the background. It literally just like started up all of a sudden, so I don't know, maybe that's extra confirmation that you guys are in a karmic connection of some kind. Yeah, right as I said that, it started going harder again. So I think you and this person, whether you say soulmate or twin flame, whatever it is you believe in, I feel like you have a connection that kind of transcends the 3D. And I feel like that contributes to a lot of this trust that you have in this person. Like, even when there's this disruption, even when you're not in connection, your person is acting out, or they're hiding away from you, running away from you, you're feeling ghosted, or you're ghosting them, you have this inherent trust for some reason that this person is coming back to me. This is my person. And I feel like that's why you kind of have this cooler energy that's like very grounded, and like you're not super worried about like, oh my God, they hate me, they're running away, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like you know what's going on. You know why they're feeling the way they do, and you know at some point that this person is coming back to you because you know that you two are fated to have a connection of some kind. And I feel like your person doesn't really know this the way that you know this. I feel like maybe you're more into the esoteric, spiritual kind of stuff, and so maybe you know a lot more about these kinds of connections, but your person is just flying from the seat of their pants. Like, they don't know what's going on. They're freaked out, and that's why they have these much hotter colors, whereas you're more cool colors. But I feel like through this situation, your person is gaining some consciousness about this connection that the two of you have, and not just spiritual consciousness, but I feel like they're learning a lot about themselves, and they're learning about what they want from you and what they value out of this connection. And they're kind of waking up to like the deeper side of things. I feel like maybe your person used to be very surface level with you, and like they wouldn't get too deep with things, but now that you guys kind of have this disruption, this ghosting or whatever, and they're feeling all this anxiety, it's kind of illuminating themselves to these lessons that they're supposed to be learning. And I think this disruption that's happened is causing them to learn all these new things about themselves and about you and this connection. And so even though they're going through this really stressful time and they're like, don't look at my pasta that I dropped all over the floor, it's like they're learning to rebuild so that they can be better. And I think that that's really beautiful. I really hope that they're able to figure this out. That was a lot. Okay, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next part of the reading. So let me go ahead and set up for that. This next part is going to be what they're currently thinking of you. When they think about you, what's going through their mind. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now. Okay, pile one. I went ahead and got some cards, and for what they're thinking about you right now, what they're thinking about when you're on their mind. I think, like I said before, they're going through a really important growth cycle right now. I mean, you literally see with the Seven of Pentacles, there's this young man that's sowing these seeds and waiting for these pentacles to grow. And I feel like your person is finally taking some time to really introspect on why they behave the way they do, why they treat you the way they do, why they care so much about you, and why you're in their life. And they're thinking about all these different things, and they're deciding that they really want to work on themselves, because I feel like for a long time they've been really ruled by their anxieties, and their anxieties have been leading them and making them behave the way they do, rather than them being able to control those anxieties. And I do see that changing with Nine of Swords reversed. It's like they're finally waking up from that, and they're like, I'm not gonna let these anxieties rule me anymore. And they're finally starting to recognize why they have these fears, why they need to wear this mask, and why they behave the way they do. And I'm seeing that they're gonna be doing a lot of personal growth. And I think the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit are great cards to see for this person in this reading. If you want a connection with this person, you want things to progress, I think this is a really good sign, because your person's leveling up and they're growing up mentally. They're evolving. They're finally deciding that they want to be better. They want to work on themselves. And I feel like your person is kind of new to introspection. Like, they didn't really spend a lot of time before kind of like thinking deeply about why they behave the way they do, why they feel the way they do. But this situation with you where there's been sort of a breakup in the connection, there's suddenly like, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? Why am I acting this way? What can I do to fix things? And they want to fix things. They want to better themselves. And so I think the next time you'll talk to this person, you're going to be talking to a completely different person who's going to be grown up, more mature, more disciplined, and frankly honest. But I think as well, I think they're finally waking up to the idea that they might not have treated you right. I think Okay, here's what I think happened with your person. I think that they were a cocky bastard that kind of always had this grin on their face, and they never really let down that wall, they never let down that mask, and everybody only saw one side of them, the side that they wanted people to see. And then one day, things kind of cracked, and you saw behind that. And, you know, at the time, they hadn't been treating you very well, and then they decided, you know, I can't be vulnerable with this person. They wanted to shut you out. And then you realize you've had enough. You're like, this person wasn't treating me well. And more than that, now they're shutting me out because they don't want to be vulnerable. And I don't want to be with that kind of person that's not ready to have that emotional vulnerability with me. And now that you've moved away from this person and you're no longer giving them your energy, they're like, wait, come back. Wait, I can be better. Wait, I'll change. And I think they're finally realizing, like, shit, I didn't treat this person right. And they want to work on doing better. And I think that's one of the things that they're working on, or one of the things that they want to work on. And I think they're feeling a lot of remorse and guilt for the way that they treated you. With this bottom of the deck energy, the Six of Cups reversed. I feel like they're looking back on a lot of the things they did, and they're like, God, if I was there again, I wish I had done differently. But I think that they're just at the beginning of their growth. So they might not be fully ready to let their ego completely, you know, fly away and just be like, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be open. I think it's going to take a while for them to fully open up and be honest with you. And I think you have that trust, like, you know, it's just going to take time, but I know they're going to come back to me. And so I think that that's why, you know, you might not be super freaked out that they're just going to run away forever. And you know, if you are waiting for them to come back to you, I think this is a really good sign that they're going to put in the work to do better. But at the moment, I don't think that they're ready to come back into your life. I think you guys are still going to be in separation for a while. I think for each person watching this, it's going to be a different amount of times. For some people, it could be a week. For others, it could be a month. And then for some people, it might be years until your person finally comes around because, you know, everybody's growth takes different amounts of time. But I'm also going to go ahead and get some more tarot cards just to see what would your person say to you if their ego wasn't in the way. Like, what would their true self, their higher self tell you? So that you might get an idea of like, okay, when they work on themselves, when they get rid of that ego, what should I expect? What will they say to me? So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these actually on camera because I haven't shuffled anything on camera yet. And we're just going to see what would your person say to you if they could be 100% honest. What would pile one's people say to them if they were 100% honest? Sun. That's a really positive card. I think your person cares about you a lot. I think you make them feel like a childlike joy. Like, I'm just feeling a warmth. Like, you guys can laugh together and you guys have such bright energy when you're happy and you're just talking and vibing. Like, you guys have great vibes together and you bring out such a happy side of them. And I feel like that's why they wanted to let that mask down and be so vulnerable with you in the first place. Is like, you're the only person that's really made them feel, that's made their inner child feel so comfortable and happy that they kind of like let that mask slip. And when it slipped, it scared them, but they still want to feel that joy with you. And I feel like for a lot of people, they put up this mask because those people don't care about them the way that you care about them. I mean, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about if this has been resonating with you, so I don't think I need to further elaborate on that, but let's see what else that they would tell you if they could be 100% honest. Seven of Swords reversed. They're gonna quit playing the games. I think your person, they're telling you, I'm quitting the weird mind games. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, the Seven of Swords is about trickery, it's about deceiving, but when it's reversed, I feel like they're getting rid of all that and they're like, I'm not gonna be a deceiver anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I wanna be truthful to you. I wanna be with you. Your person really wants to be with you. Your person cares about you so much and you make them feel so great, but I feel like they recognize that they haven't been making you feel as great as you made them feel and they want to be better for you. They want to put aside all the games, and they want to be 100% there for you. They're saying that they're going to come back, that they want to reconnect. The Six of Swords upright is all about leaving things behind, but reversed, it's like, no, turn this boat around, I'm going back. Like, you're that person waiting on the dock watching that boat go away, and they're like, turn this boat around, I need to be back with them. And then they jump off the boat and they swim in the water all the way to the dock, and they're like, wait, I still want to be with you, I don't want to be away. So I think if you were afraid that your person was running away and they might completely leave you in the dust, they're not gonna leave you because they want to be back with you. They're gonna jump off that boat. If the boat doesn't turn around, they're gonna jump off the boat themselves. Let's see what else I can get. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, sorry. My dog was barking, but now we're back. Knight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like it's just further telling you, like, I realize I haven't put in the work that I should have. I haven't been giving you the work that you deserve, that I haven't been giving you the authentic me. I haven't been 100% there for you. And the Knight of Pentacles, when it's upright, is all about hard work. It's about dedication and loyalty. And reversed, I mean, your person might have even, like, tried moving on to somebody else, like, romantically. I feel like this is a romantic connection. For some of you, it might not be, but I feel like for most of you, your person might have been, like, Snapchatting other hoes or, like, in other people's DMs, like, trying to be like, I don't care about that person. I don't need to be vulnerable. I can be with someone else. And, like, it's almost like they realize, like, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done that to you. That was so childish. I didn't want to be with those people. I want to be with you. I don't know why I treated you the way that I did. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get one more card just to see what else would your person tell you if they could be 100% honest. Yeah, these cards are just flying out so easy today. I mean, your person probably has a lot that they would love to tell you. I can tell that they care about you a lot. Okay. Death. Your person just wants to change. I see it so clearly. All the cards are like, they have this one-track mind. Your person could be like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I know I said earlier possibly like Scorpio or Cancer, but or if not an earth sign, they could be a fixed sign of some kind, but it really feels like they're digging their heels in and they're like, I want to make this change. I want to be better. I want to do this. I want to be there for my person. And yeah, with the Death card, I think they really want to improve themselves for you. They want to be with you because of the love that they have for you and how much they want to be with you, and they're dedicated to doing better. I just think that it's going to take time for them to fully work through that because they still have so many fears. I mean, with the anxiety, like, yeah, they're gaining consciousness and they become illuminated to why they are acting the way that they are, but they're acting that way because of anxieties. And you know, before you had the Nine of Swords reversed, so they are waking up from those anxieties. They're not letting that anxiety rule them anymore, but it's going to take time. But they are dedicated to fixing it, and they want to make this change. So, pile one, thank you so much if you watched this all the way through. I really hope that this resonated, that it felt accurate, and that you gleaned some good advice from it. If you're ever looking for any other one-on-one personal readings, I do really cheap readings. Link to my shop is in the description below. And if you want to keep seeing videos like this, I'm trying to do at least one video a week. So if you subscribe, keep a lookout for that. And if you enjoyed this reading, a thumbs up. It helps me a ton, helps get my channel out there. But anyways, thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Bye-bye. Okay, pile two. First of all, I was supposed to be shuffling off camera, and then I do my intro and I'm like, okay, this is pile two, you pick this crystal. But no, I was getting these cards and I'm like having so many things come into my mind right now that I just had to tell you. Like, I couldn't wait to go through the whole intro. Sweetness, hunger, love, disruption. First of all these are very pink cards. And when sweetness, it literally flew out. When sweetness came out, I instantly thought flirt. Like, you see this candy, and in my mind, your person is like chewing on this candy, and they're like licking it and like staring at you. And I'm sorry if that's a gross image, but your person has a very flirty, seductive energy. Like, I feel like they are like, I don't know if you guys are in like a situationship, or if you're flirting, or if like maybe it's like a friends with benefits kind of thing, but I feel like your person, like, I feel like I have to whisper, it's like dirty, but I feel like your person like wants you, like there's hunger here, like your person is really attracted to you. And I feel like they might even be like a player. Like in my mind, I'm seeing like a handsome young man, and he's like winking at people, and he's got this smile. Your person might be a woman, they might be non-binary, etc. But in my mind, this is just what I'm picking up on, like the energy. I think your person has got this smile that just like makes people swoon, and like I feel like you might roll your eyes at them when they do it, but you also like on the inside you're like blushing, and you're like, oh my god, oh, they're looking at me right now. And like your person is really attracted to you. But then I saw love and then disruption. And when I saw the love card and I saw disruption immediately sounded in my mind. And that's why I had to film right away to like tell you this. Is like, it sounded like a record scratch, like all of a sudden they're stopping in their tracks, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And it's like the heartbeat sound, like the boom, 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 boom. And so I think your person is definitely the player type. They don't get feelings involved. They flirt. They got a high body count. They're like, that one, I want that one. But you make them feel some type of way that's a lot stronger than like what they're used to feeling. And it's like record scratch, like, whoa, freezing in my tracks. And all of a sudden it's like the lollipop falls out of their mouth because their jaw is dropped. Like, your person is super attracted to you. But now they're feeling something out of their comfort zone. And they're like, hold on. It's like they're used to being on top of their game 100%, like prom king, super popular, but then all of a sudden it's like he just had like a tomato thrown at his chest, and now they're like, what? Like they're not sure what to do. They're out of their element. Like they're like, why do I feel embarrassed? Like it's like your person is so high and mighty, like they're not used to feeling these sorts of feelings. Like I wish you could feel what I'm feeling. Like your person is so flirty, so HORNY. I'm sorry for some people if you're like asexual, maybe that's not what you want to hear, but yeah, I mean, hunger. God, okay. I'm getting away from this horn dog. Let's see what your point of view is. I had to do this so quickly. I didn't even tell you what these cards mean. Okay, slowing down. Starting off each reading with oracle cards because I wanted to get what's your person's point of view of your current situation, and then I'm also getting what's your point of view of the current situation. But like as I was getting their point of view, I was like, oh my god, I have so many messages, I need to get it out now. But anyways, I also think, sorry, this is off topic, but how this card, or how the cards are the same color as this crystal, very pink. I don't know, maybe pink is your favorite color, and like in a way, like the way that you're attracted to that color, you're attracted to this person, obviously in different ways. Or like maybe your person just really embodies like that kind of Cupid, like Valentine's Day extraordinaire, like suave, like everybody wants them. Like everybody, when they see them, they have hearts in their eyes, and they're like, oh my god, look at them. But anyways, let's see what your point of view is of the situation. Sorry I had to get that out all so quick. I didn't want to lose any of the messages while I had them in my head. Okay. What is pile 2's point of view of their current situation? Flow. Interesting. Caution. Okay. Caution makes me think red flag. I think your friends are probably telling you this person's a red flag. And flow almost makes me think like, first of all, you could be a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So sorry. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be one of those. I'm always forgetting like the last one whenever I say like, oh, you could be this sign. Anyways, I feel like they are extra attracted to and like feeling all this like love and like hunger for you because you don't really give them the time of day. Like, I feel like you like them, but at the same time, you're like so over it. Like, you're not the kind to have the hard eyes in your eyes. Like, yeah, you're probably definitely attracted to this person because they're attractive, but I think you also get annoyed with this person, and that just makes them want to chase you more. Like, I feel like they're attracted to that. Like, you don't want them like everybody else wants them. Like, not to be like cliche, but it's like you're like, I'm not like other girls. Again, you could be a guy, you could be non-binary, but I'm just like going off energy. And I feel like you also don't really care too much about this person because like everybody's telling you like, oh, they're such a red flag. They're such a playboy, such a playgirl. Like they don't settle down. They don't care about anybody. All they care about is getting in your pants. And you're like, you're so right. Like, oh my God, they are a red flag. And so you're like, I'm just gonna flow away. Like you're like water and they're like a rock popping up at different points and being like, hey girl. And you're like, flowing around. And they're like, hey. And you're like flowing around. Anyways, let's get the last two cards for what's your point of view of the situation. Isolation. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Wow. Anger. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of these back. Interesting. I think at the beginning you told yourself you didn't really care too much about this person because playboy, like who cares? Let them be a dog or whatever. But then when they started feeling this like love, there was all of a sudden like I said before, like a record scratch where everything came to a halt and they're like, whoa. So then out of nowhere, like everything slowed down and now they've pulled away. And I feel like they're not being their usual flirty self. And because of that, you're feeling isolated and now you're like mad. You're like, whoa, you're not giving me this attention anymore. Not that I wanted it, but like what's going on? And so I feel like there's some confusion on your part. Like you weren't really sure like why all this stopped. Why aren't they being that like flirt to you anymore? You're like, what, is something wrong with me? Like I feel like you didn't care about them to begin with, but now that they've suddenly stopped, you're like, what the hell is happening? What's going on? And that isolation is making you feel upset. And I think it's because your person is feeling a little L word and now all of a sudden they're like gone. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get some tarot cards because now I'm gonna do what they're thinking about when you're on their mind, what they're thinking about you right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle those, get those out, and then yeah, be back in a few. Okay, pile 2. I just got out the cards. Wow, interesting, bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. I'll get to that in a second. But what they think about when you're on their mind. Your person could be a fire sign. I think, honestly, with the way that they were coming off over here, it's highly likely. So that's, what is that? Sag, Aries, Leo. Leo would make a lot of sense with the sweetness and hunger. Like, they're like, I'm the center of attention, baby. Everybody loves me. I'm such a playboy. But, you know, it could be any of those. I think it's interesting if you are a water sign and they're a fire sign because those signs, they can be together. Like, I'm a Cancer and I've been with a Sag and it was really like, it was nice, but those two signs don't usually go together. But when they come together, it makes like steam. So there's a lot of room for passion. And I feel like there's a lot of room for passion between you guys, but that's not just, you know, sexual. It's also like emotional and it's like fiery. It's like emotion all over the place. And it's like, I want you one second, I don't want you the next. And it's like dramatics. And I feel like your person likes dramatics. And maybe that's another reason why they're so drawn to you, is because they feel like a sense of dramatics. But now what they're thinking about is they're taking this distance and it almost feels like your person's never the serious type. And now they're taking a second to step back and be like, wow. like they're having all these serious thoughts and feelings, and they're like, gosh, why do I feel this way? Like, what's going on? I've never felt this before. And they're like this guy that's standing on this castle wall staring off into the distance, and like it's almost like comical. Like, I feel like if you saw this person trying to be serious, you'd be like, that's so ridiculous. You're not a serious person. Like, what are you doing? Like, even though this person's being very serious, like, he's still all dressed up and he holds the world in his hands. Like, he's like so high and mighty. Like, your person has a huge ego. And right now with the Two of Wands, it's like they're taking this distance to really like figure out like, what am I feeling? What is happening to me? Why does my body feel this way? But then once they realize it, it's like, okay, I'm back on the grind. I'm pursuing this person. Like with the Knight of Wands, I feel like once they're like okay with how they're feeling, they're gonna be running after you. Like they're gonna be like doubling down on the efforts. Like I feel like it might come off as them just trying to seduce you again, but they recognize that they feel something deeper with you. And I feel like them doubling down on their efforts to seduce you or like flirt with you is like almost hiding the fact that they're so scared of you rejecting them, because they see you as this Queen of Swords that's like not super emotionally involved, and you could just like wave them off with like a flick of your wrist and be like, I don't want you. And that would be crushing to them. Like, I think they're terrified of that now, that they're feeling this love, that they're feeling this deeper emotion, because now it's like there's actually something on the line. Like, you're not just like, they can't just be like, okay, well, whatever, I'll just go get in a different person's pants. Like, no, you actually mean something to them. You bring out a side of them that's like, I want to chase them, I want to be with them. And I feel like your person might be a little immature in the fact that they might like the idea of you a lot. So what feels like love to them is also, it could just be like the love of the chase. So I don't want to get your hopes up and say like they're going to be super loyal, because I mean, if your person's a red flag, like I don't want to get you hurt in the end and like tell you, oh, they're going to be so head over heels. Like, just because they're feeling these strong emotions doesn't mean they're not going to be a big red flag that, you know, might fuck things up and actually like end up hurting you a lot. But with the Hanged Man reversed, I feel like your person just took a second. They're like, I'm gonna do some introspection. How do I feel? And then 5 seconds later, they're like, okay, I'm done. I'm hopping up the cross. I know what I want now. Like, they were the Hanged Man for just a short enough while to figure out what they wanted. And then now that they figured it out, they're like, okay, I'm gonna come forward. I'm gonna chase this person. And like, now that they're chasing you again, it's not the same as it was, because they do have deeper feelings. Like, they want something more with you because you're different to them. You're this Knight of Pentacles, this like super rich woman that's like got all this abundance. I hope you can see it, but you know, she's this woman that's like, she's got it all. She has everything on her own. She doesn't need a man. She doesn't need anybody else to complete her. She's already completed on her own. And I feel like that's very different from the other people that this person usually flirts with. And so now they're like, they don't need me, but I want them, you know? But anyways, I'm trying to get through these quick because I don't have a lot of time to finish these readings. But up next, I'm going to shuffle this part on camera. We're just gonna see what they would say to you if they could be 100% honest. So let's go ahead and do that. What would pile two's person say to them if they could be 100% honest? Like, basically, what would their higher self tell you? Tell me how I knew the devil was gonna come out. Like, I had a feeling that was gonna come out. I feel like your person is very passionate. I don't know if for some reason I almost said Italian in my head. Your person could be Italian, or I'm almost just thinking like a poet. Like, your person loves to profess feelings and they're just very romantic. They're a hopeless romantic. Not necessarily into monogamy, but they're into that chase of like attracting people and people wanting them, you know? And professing their love and writing sonnets for people. Like, they're like a little dove that's like flittering around from person to person. And I feel like the devil card is kind of like their higher self would tell you, like, I feel chained to you, and I feel this desire for you, and I feel this connection that I can't break. Like, you captivate them for some reason, and they don't know why. I think it's because you're this Queen of Swords. You're this person that's like, you don't bow down whenever they like blow you a kiss. Like, you're not super easy to just acquire, and they like that. I don't know. Anyways, what else would they say to you if they were 100% honest? The Hermit. The Seven of Wands. And the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Yep, and then the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles again. I hope you can see that. So yeah, you really are this like this person that they see that is confident and gorgeous, and like you don't give them the time of day, and they like that. They like that they have to chase you. They really like that. And they can't fight these feelings. Like, I feel like if they didn't have to feel this like love, they wouldn't feel it. Like, they would just move on, keep flirting with other people because that's what they're used to. But with you, it's like you keep worming your way into their mind, and they can't get you off their mind. And for once, it's made them be this hermit that I feel like is like cut off all the hose, and they're like, why doesn't this person want me? And I feel like the hermit, they're standing at the top of this mountain, and they look so isolated, and like they don't really see what's going on around them. Like, they're just looking down, and they're like, thinking about this one singular thing. And then in my mind, I'm picturing below that mountain is like a bunch of screaming like fans that are like, look at me, look at me. But the hermit can't hear any of that. The hermit is just in their own world, and they're thinking about you. It's kind of funny. It's like if those like not Harry Potter, those Harry Styles YN Wattpad things where it's like, there's a crowd of screaming fans, but he only sees that one girl that's like reading the book in the crowd. Sorry about my dog in the background, but like he's focused on that one girl that doesn't want him. And I feel like it's kind of that cliche where like your person is only thinking about you, and they can't get you off their mind. Not only because you're this Queen of Swords that's like not giving them the time of day, or like could care less about them, but you're also this Queen of Wands who's like attractive, and like she's looking off to the side. She's not even looking at the viewer. So like she's also not really giving the viewer the time of day, but she's this gorgeous, radiant, vibrant, like full of life Queen of Wands. And Wands is all about passion and attraction, and I feel like they feel like you look so gorgeous to them. They're so attracted to you, and you don't even give them the time of day, and like you're fine on your own. You don't need them, and they really like that. So I wish you the best with this hungry person. It definitely sounds interesting. You're basically YN in a Wattpad novel right now. But anyways, I wish you the best. I really hope that this was accurate. This was definitely one of the funner readings to do. More fun? I don't know. It was entertaining for me, at least. But anyways, I wish you well. If you want more videos like this, I'm doing my best to post once a week, so subscribe, thumbs up, anything you can do really helps me out. If you want a one-on-one reading about your specific scenario, check the description box below. I do readings at really affordable prices. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the blue lace agate, then this is gonna be the reading for you. Now, I wanna go ahead and apologize. I started filming actually 2 days ago, and I literally got through this entire oracle section of your reading. It was so beautiful and so sweet. I think if this is the correct pile for you and you chose correctly, you're with somebody that you care so deeply for, and they care so deeply and purely for you. And you guys are friends, but you're also like falling in love. And it was so sweet, and I feel so bad because I like to experience the cards as I'm reading them, like for the first time, rather than, you know, pull them out first, already know what I'm gonna say. And I had such like an amazing reaction to your cards. I felt so bubbly and excited and happy for you. And you know, I mean, if the person you're asking about you like hate right now, this probably isn't the pile for you. I urge you to like try a different pile, or it could just be that this reading isn't for you if, you know, this isn't really resonating for you. But for those of you that you're like, this is so sweet, this does sound correct, this is your reading, and I just wanted to preface by saying that I did that entire beginning of the reading and then my SD card was full, and by the time I pressed stop on the recording, it wasn't even recording anymore, and it was just a massive failure. But thankfully, I only did the beginning oracle cards, which I'm still going to tell you about. I just won't have that same initial reaction that I would have had. But then after this, we're going to do what they're thinking about you right now, which is why you clicked on this video. And then what would they say to you if they could speak freely? Like if they could speak 100% honest with no ego in the way, what would their highest self want to tell you? But without further ado, I'm starting with oracle cards, and this side is going to be about their point of view of the current situation between you two, and this side is all going to be about your point of view of the current situation between the two of you. So it'll give you an idea of, is this reading for me? Like it'll tell you about your current situation, how you're feeling about them, and how they're feeling about you. Okay, disclaimer out of the way. The one more thing I just want to say, I apologize if there's any weird background noises. There's a lot of people over at my house right now, and I have dogs, so they might bark. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, pile 3. Starting with how your person feels about you. Again, I'm saying it's such a sweet energy because I think with this happiness card, the person that you're wondering about is so... I definitely think they're excited, but I think more than anything, they're just happy and content that they finally get to explore a deeper relationship with you. And I think this is somebody that you've known for a while, and maybe you guys started off as friends or you were just acquaintances, but I think that this person you're wondering about has liked you for a really long time, possibly even loved you, and not just in a romantic sense, but they really deeply care for you. And now that they get to finally like explore this new relationship with you, there's all this budding excitement, and they're just so happy and they're so content, they're so comfortable, and they just have so much love for you. They have so much love that they want to give you, and they're so excited to explore this, you know, budding relationship with you. I do think that it is the beginning of a relationship, beginning of a romantic relationship. I feel like you've known this person for a while, or at least they've been in your life for a while. But the reason that I think that it's just like a budding relationship is because of this surrender card. And when I first pulled this, which was 2 days ago, when I first read it, when I pulled this card, it made me think like, after so long of keeping in all these feelings that they're feeling, they finally get to surrender to them and be like, yes, this is how I've been feeling about you. I wanted to tell you all about this. I want to tell you how much I care about you. I want to show you. And it's like, for so long, it's like they've been keeping all that energy inside, and now they get to just surrender to that. They get to surrender to this passion and this love and this attraction, and they can just be truthful to you. They can just be real. Like, they don't need to hide behind a pretense of, we're just friends, or maybe you don't like me. You know, now they can be open. They're like, okay, you like me too, I like you, let me tell you all about it. Let me just put it all out on the table. Like, I don't think that your person is hiding anything. I think if anything, they're so happy they get to express it now. Like, this isn't somebody that's gonna be like two-faced, or like you never know what they're thinking. Like, they're excited to tell you about it. They're excited to tell you about their day. They're excited to tell you how they're feeling. They want to talk about the future with you. Like, maybe for some people, like, you're not ready for that kind of commitment, but it's more like they're just excited to do things with you, to just be together. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm saying like, oh, I can't wait to have kids, I can't wait to get married. It's like, oh, I can't wait to, you know, this trip that I've been wanting to do, I want to do it with you. Like, I want to explore with you. I want to do spontaneous, fun things with you. And with this passion, I feel like this person, like, it's not just in a sexual manner. For some it probably is, but I feel like it's just they have so much attraction and love and just passion for you. Like they just want to give you so much. They just like they're brimming with excitement. They're brimming with passion. They're brimming with warmth, and they just like it just feels like a fire inside that they want to release. They want to give you it all. And this confidence card is making me feel like when you guys found out that you liked each other in some manner or another, it's like all of a sudden they're like, it's not like an ego boost, like in a weird way, but it's like you make them feel like they're on top of the world. You make them feel like, I don't know if worthy is the right word. I don't know if your person necessarily had self-esteem issues, but I feel like they're just feeling confident because the attraction or love or energy that you give them just boosts them. Like it doesn't keep them down, it doesn't make them second guess themselves. It's like they're just brimming with so much excitement. Like I don't know what else to say. Now, moving on to your point of view of the current situation between the two of you. Again, really sweet cards, and God, I wish I could have gotten on film my first reaction because I was so excited for you, and now it's like I'm just telling you what I already know, but I feel like you're so excited to see where this connection is going. With this growth card, I feel like you want to foster this relationship with this person that you've cared so much about for so long, and now your relationship is like a sapling that the two of you get to grow together, and you're so excited to like watch it grow. And with the mystery card, also, again, I wish I could tell you for the first time, but this mystery card made me think, like, it doesn't matter how long you two have known each other. It's like now, even now after all this time, this person is still such a mystery to you that you just want to figure out, and you want to learn everything about them. You want to hear about their day. You want to hear about their first pet when they were a kid. You want to hear about their favorite color. You want to hear about their favorite book, their favorite author, who was their first celebrity crush. And it's like, even though you get to know all this about this person, it's like you can't get enough. And you're still such a mystery to each other. You have great conversation. You're excited to talk to each other. And I feel like you guys really see each other as equals. And there's a really strong, loving bond here. As well as the trust card, I almost forgot because I'm not really looking at the cards. I'm kind of looking up at the camera, like just kind of talking to the camera. But the trust card was so sweet. God, I wish I could. It's such a bummer that I don't get to show you these for the first time. Well, for you it's the first time, but for me it's like the second time reading them. But the trust card was that added extra level of warmth because you guys might not know everything about each other, but there's like a deep knowing and the trust in this connection that you're like, I don't need to second guess your motives. I don't need to wonder like if you're gonna leave me or if you have a wandering eye. Like I trust you, and I know that you want this as much as I do, and it's just such a comforting connection. And I forgot to mention, but the blue lace agate that you were drawn to is all about clarity, communication, confidence, and that's another reason why I think it's the beginning of a relationship, because there's all this communication. The confidence card literally came out, and it's the clarity was like waking up to this realization that we can actually be together. You like me, I like you too. Like, and there's just, it's this powder blue color that's so calming and so sweet looking, and I feel like that really embodies your guys' relationship. And I think it's so sweet, the level of trust and love and comfort here, and just excitement to see it grow, and happiness and all this passion to be explored. And I think with the success card, it really feels like to you, like, not like success and like, yes, I bested you. It's like success and like, God, I'm so happy that this finally happened. Like, it's like you made it to the end of the rainbow, like the rainbow in the success card. And I'm just so happy for you. This is such a sweet connection, and I'm so excited for you to explore it. Like, I'm sure the rest of the reading will just tell you like more sweet things about how they want to grow the relationship and all that, but like even without telling you that, I feel like like this is just such a beautiful connection. And I'm excited for you to be excited about it. Like, I really hope whenever you're watching this that you're like, yeah, that's my person. I'm so happy. I can't wait to go book that Airbnb so we can go see the world, so we can go see that national park, so we can like go take all these trips. I can't wait to do everything together. But that's enough of me rambling. I'm sure you know, like, I could keep saying the same words over and over again, but anyways, up next, we're finally gonna do what do they think about when you cross their mind? What are they currently thinking about you right now? Because, that's why you're here. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause this just to make sure that it's actually capturing this footage, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle on camera, not off camera this time. Anyways, enough rambling. Be right back. Okay, pile 3. Got my tarot cards, arranged these things, and we're gonna go ahead and see what your person is currently thinking about you. Usually when it gets to this part, I feel like there's a level of anticipation, like, oh God, what are they thinking? Like, I'm so worried, or like, oh, there's like, but I feel like you know your person. Like, I feel like it's just like, there's excitement here and you want to know all about them, and that's why you're wondering, but like, I don't want to jinx anything, knock on wood. But anyways, what is your person currently thinking about you, pile 3? Ooh, interesting. Okay. Very interesting. At first glance, I was like, okay, maybe this looks a little negative, but I don't think that it's your person thinking negatively about you. It could be that there's possible conflict going around the two of you that might be interfering with the relationship. For some people, this could be the case. For others, I have a slightly different interpretation that I'll get to in a bit. But for this first interpretation, I think I almost want to say like there might be a toxic ex in the midst, or maybe family that disapproves. And it almost feels like you two are in the middle of like a hurricane, and it's like the calm, but around you is like conflict. And I feel like for some people, there might be people around you that might be trying to tear the two of you apart, and your person might be a little worried about that. And I feel like with the 6 of Swords, like they almost want to take you away from that. Like, I almost get like a running away together kind of vibe. To like escape the conflict. And I feel like your person is representing this King of Cups, and like, even though there's all this rocky water, there's this storm around you trying to get in between you two, like your person is trying to remain stable, trying to remain strong, because they want this to work out. And so like, it's almost like they're trying to like push away the bad vibes, push away the haters, and they're like, I don't care that this storm is going on. I'm gonna be on this like cement block you see that he's sitting on. He's like, it's okay, baby girl, we're gonna be in this together. I'm like, okay, maybe that's a little weird. Oh, I hope I didn't ick you out. I feel like that might be the case. I'm still gonna get to that second interpretation, but keeping on with this first one, it feels like, I don't know why I feel like there's like a negative female figure or feminine energy that's like somebody trying to get in between the two of you. Maybe it's their ex. I don't know if your person dates women. You could be a man, you could be non-binary, or they could just be, I don't know, I'm getting a bunch of genders confused in my head, like trying to picture who's who. But it feels like they have an ex of some kind that was trying to like tear them away from you, and now they're like, come on, get in the boat, we're leaving, we're getting away from this crazy person. And it's like, at one point they were involved with this person, but now they have no passion for this person. They're like, I'm leaving you, I'm leaving this person. And so now when they think of you, there's some worries of like, I don't want this conflict to get to them, I want us to just be able to go away together and be happy together. But there's this worry, there's this worry about this third party getting in the way and creating conflict. And the last thing that they want is to upset you or push you away, or have you be upset, or think that you might want to go to this person, or think that make you think that they might want to go to this person. I could be so off, because I feel like this is a complete 180 from what I was previously saying, but I think it's still very much in line with the fact that they care so deeply about you. They want this to succeed. They want to have this future with you. They have so much passion for you, but they also have worries that this conflict might ruin things between the two of you. And if that's not the case, the first interpretation that I was kind of thinking of is maybe they just want to move away with you. Not necessarily like pick up and move in together, but they want to run away with you. Like maybe you two live in like a small hometown, and you guys, you know, if you were friends first, like you guys would always talk about like, oh, I want to go to like a big city, I want to live a new life. And they're like, okay, I'm taking you away from here. Let's go. I don't know. I feel like I'm not exactly sure which way to interpret this, but the one thing I am sure of is them wanting to run away with you. I think you're like their partner in crime. Like what's that name? Bonnie and Clyde? Yeah. And they want to be strong for you. I feel like there is some sort of undercurrent of conflict that's going on with them in their personal life. I don't think it's necessarily conflict with you, but whatever it is, it's like they're trying to remain strong so they can be there for you, and they don't want to show too much weakness. They don't want to let this get to them because they don't want to push you away. They don't want you to run away from them. And they're trying not to let all this conflict get to their heads so that they don't mess things up with you. I know that that's basically just what I said, but in my mind it like feels slightly different. I just don't know how to word it. And I feel like no matter what is going on with this conflict, they're not going to leave you behind, because you're their partner in crime, and they want this to work. They want to be with you. They want to run away with you. I don't know. For some people, it could be as simple as like they want to block a bunch of people and just be like, it's just the two of us. Like we don't need to be a part of all that drama. Like block out the haters. But for some people, it could be as crazy as like, let's move across the country. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle one more time and get to the next part of, what was I going to do? Right. What would they say to you if they could be 100% honest? What would their highest self say to you if they could be 100% honest? What would pile 3's person say to them if they were 100% honest? The Lovers reversed. Interesting. Page of Cups. The Knight of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Okay, I kind of have an idea, but let me get the last card. Last card. The Nine of Wands. Okay. All right, I think that conflict thing could be, okay, bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. I think that conflict that I was previously talking about could be accurate. And I feel like with the Lovers reversed, it's like your person is scared that something could get in between the two of you. It's not a negative sign, because you have the Ace of Cups here, and it's like your person has, I'm so sorry, I just kicked the camera. I really hope it's still lined up. But anyways, Ace of Cups. Your person has so much overflowing love for you, and they really, like, they want to be your knight in shining armor. They want to defend you. They want to protect you. They want to, like, if there's a fire here and you're here, they're going to step in the middle, and they're like, let the fire take me. Like, your person will defend you at the drop of a hat, like, no hesitation. Even to the point where sometimes it might seem like they're a little immature and like they're not thinking as straight as they should. And it's like, I think it's because it almost feels like you bring out like the inner child in them. I feel like it almost feels like you bring out a sort of innocent love in them. And like, this deep emotion is something that they haven't felt for anyone before. And I think it's because of the deep bond that the two of you have. And sometimes it might make them seem a little immature with the way they can be so hot-headed and be like, nobody fucking touch them, like, you stay away, I'm protecting this person. But what it boils down to is all this love that they have for you, and they're so afraid of this thing between you possibly crumbling. And I think on your side, like, it showed that you have so much trust in this person, trust in this connection, but on their side, it's almost like they're surrendering, like, they have to be a little bit vulnerable because now they're scared, like, what if something comes between the two of you? And I think that that's a big worry that they're feeling right now, especially possibly with this conflict going on in their life. And with that conflict somehow pertaining to you, I feel like they're afraid that that conflict might mess things up between the two of you. And that's what I'm getting from here, but they just want to continue, with this bottom of the deck energy being the Eight of Pentacles, they just want to continue building and strengthening this relationship between the two of you. And sometimes they might be like, yeah, love makes me crazy, like, it's, the Page of Cups isn't super immature, but it's like, they really think with their heart rather than their head sometimes. And I think it's funny that you have the Knight of Swords, which is like rushing into battle, and it's like, your person would do anything for you. I mean, even when it comes to like silly things, like not letting you pay for anything, or like they'll tie your shoelaces in the middle of the sidewalk, or they'll carry your bags for you. Like, I feel like they'll be really chivalrous, but also if like a person hits on you at a party, they're like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And then they like shove their shoulders, like they try to be macho, and like sometimes like you're like, chill, like it's not that serious, but like your person wants to be that knight in shining armor for you, and they really do have a lot of love for you. And if it bothers you that like rushing in and like fighting people like a knight in shining armor, I think you could just express to them like, you're not going anywhere, because I feel like they're acting from a place of fear and a place of love. For some people that's not okay. You're like, no, we're not dealing with this immature stuff. So if you're feeling that sort of way, then, you do what you need to do. You tell them like, I'm not going anywhere, so chill out, stop being so afraid. But for other people, they're like, that's so cute. Like, yeah, that's mine. They're mine. They're fighting for me. I like that. But yeah, I see a really sweet energy here. So I wish you the best. That's all I have today. I'm so sorry that I messed up with the SD card and I couldn't experience these cards for the first time with you. I experienced the tarot cards, but not the oracle cards, and I feel like that was the opening to the reading. But anyways, that's the end of this reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, if it really resonated with you, please leave a like. If you want more videos like these, I do them once a week, so feel free to subscribe if you're looking for more. And I do personal readings if you ever want one just one-on-one. They're really cheap. Check the description box, link below. Sorry, now I'm tripping over my words. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and bye-bye. All right, pile 4, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Bloodstone, then this is going to be the reading for you. Now, I just want to preface this by saying that I started filming like the intro and the first 2 readings 2 days ago, And then as I was filming the third reading, my SD card was full and it got all messed up and I wasn't able to film until today. So I hope my intuition isn't too off. I feel like when I redid pile 3, it was okay, but I really want the best for you. So if this reading is messed up, I'm so sorry. But without further ado, disclaimer out of the way, I'm going to start with oracle cards today. And before I get into what your person is currently thinking about you, I want to start with looking at the current situation between you and your person. I'm going to get a few cards for their point of view of the situation, and then your point of view of the situation to kind of see both sides of the story of what's going on here. And then after that, I'll get into the tarot to see what they're thinking about you right now, and what would they say to you if they could be 100% honest, like if their highest self was talking to you straight from the soul. But without further ado, let's get into the oracle cards, starting with your person's point of view of the current situation. Pile 4, what is your person's point of view of the situation right now? Love, that is a really great start. Like, let's hope it stays that way. Pile 4, what is your person's current point of view? Flow. Mystery. And disturbance. Okay, that is interesting. Disturbance usually deals with, well, a disturbance of some kind in the relationship. I feel like the rest of the reading will reveal exactly what happened, but love and flow are really positive for how they're viewing you, how they're viewing the situation. I mean, obviously love is self-explanatory, but I feel like flow is an indicator that things are just feeling really easy between the two of you. Like the communication, like your guys' conversations flow really easily, the vibes flow really easily, and like when you guys are together, when you're hanging out, when you're just talking, even if you only talk in groups, it feels like everything just happens easy between the two of you. Everything's comfortable, naturally comfortable. And if this is somebody that you don't know super well, like that you've met recently, that could be a sign that this is a karmic connection of some kind. When two people like instantly get along, they instantly link, and everything just flows. And I feel like it could be a new relationship of some kind with mystery. Like maybe you just recently met this person, you don't know a whole lot about them, but it almost feels like love at first sight, you know, maybe not for you since this is their point of view, but I feel like when they saw you, you guys just got along. Okay, wait. For some reason, I just thought like maybe you're in a relationship or you are in a situationship or you have somebody around you that's getting in between the two of you. It could even be like a jealous friend who's like trying to get in between the two of you. I just got that for some reason. Like maybe that's a disturbance or disruption that they're feeling. Like for some reason there's something in between the two of you. But that disruption doesn't stop them from feeling this like this instant attraction to you, this instant connection. And I feel like they're feeling this love probably like because they have this attraction to you at first sight, and then everything was flowing so naturally, and they want to get to know you more, and they see you as this really mysterious person that they can't get enough of, that they want to know more about. But all of a sudden, for some reason, there's this third party getting in between the two of you, and they feel like they can't fully approach you. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get your point of view of this current situation, and that might reveal some more of what's going on their end. So, what pile 4 is your point of view of this current situation? Oops, it's a little bit much. I like to get them one at a time. anxiety and movement. Interesting. It might be that things feel like they're moving kind of fast between the two of you. Especially if it's the beginning of like you guys meeting, or you guys don't know each other super well, and then all of a sudden like there's this disruption, lots going on. It could be causing you anxiety. Like, I feel like you're like, I don't know, I don't want to deal with all this drama, but like, I don't want things to move too fast. I might have another thing to say, but I'm gonna quickly get the last two cards and just see the rest of your point of view of this situation. Creativity. You could have met in like an art class or somewhere where you are expressing creativity. It could be somewhere that you feel creative, like maybe you go to a library or a cafe, or if you're in college or you're in school of some kind, you met somewhere where you can be creative or where you feel like you're able to do work. Like, I feel like you met this person not in like a career sort of environment, unless you do art for a living or you feel really creative. Maybe like you're a photographer or something like that. But whoever you're working with, I feel like you're both very creative individuals, and you met in a situation where you're both putting your heads together and they bring out that creative side of you, if that makes sense. One more card. Pile 4's point of view of this current situation. Rest. Interesting. Okay, that kind of goes back to what I was going to say before of my other interpretation, was the disruption might not be a third party. For some of you, it definitely could be, like, and that's why they're feeling this disruption. But for you, it could be things are moving too fast for you. Or you might not be fully ready to open your heart up again. For some of you, you might not be the commitment type of person. Or for others, it could be you've just gotten out of a relationship. Or it may be just you like to have a friendship or strong foundation before you get into a relationship. And since you've just kind of been introduced to this person, or you're just starting to get to know them, you're not really ready for all that. And like, I think with movement, like maybe things started happening too fast and you started feeling anxious. And with rest, it's like all of a sudden you're like, okay, I need to chill. I need to take a step back. And that's why your person is feeling this disruption. I feel like you could have taken a step back and they don't really know why. And it's like, they thought like, oh, I thought we had all this attraction. Everything was going so well. I felt so comfortable around you. We vibed so well. And, you know, we were getting to know each other. I still want to get to know you, but all of a sudden there's this disruption. And I feel like on your end, you're the one that kind of took a step back. You're not really sure, like, if this person you should be committing to, you know? And I feel like that might be why you're wondering what they're thinking about you, how they're feeling about you, because you're like, should I open up to this person? Should I trust them? Should I get to know them more? And I feel like you have all these anxieties about committing to this person. But, you know, off the record, not part of the interpretation, but just telling you, like, it doesn't need to be like you jump into commitment right away. You have time to get to know this person. And maybe you feel like you weren't given that space to get to know them because it started feeling like things were going too quickly. But, you know, you can tell them, like, hey, I just want to be friends first. And, like, see where this goes. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. But that's just my 2 cents. I do see that I feel like you're really infatuated with this person's mind. Their communication, I mean, the creativity card makes me think like they have such an interesting mind to you. Such a, like, this person could be an artist of some kind and you just think that that's crazy. Or like they're like a writer and you're like, God, your imagination is so wild. And you want to get to know more of that. And I feel like that's a reason that you might be, sorry, I'm burping. I hope that's not grossing anybody out. Maybe it's like anxiety, like maybe you've been having stomach issues, or it could just be that I'm burpy, so ignore me. But I feel like you're really attracted to this person's mind and you really wanted to get to know them, and that's why you guys have been having such good conversations, is because you're so attracted to this person's brain. This person has a really sexy brain to you. And they're like, oh my God, you want to have all these conversations? I love talking about this thing. And maybe you guys have really similar interests. And they're like, oh my God, love, I want to get to know you. And mystery is like, it's not just one of those one-sided things where it's like this person talks and talks and talks about themselves. It's like they genuinely want to get to know you. And it could be for some of you like you might not have ever been in a relationship, or it's been a long time since you've been in a relationship, and that could be a reason why you feel like things are moving too fast and you're anxious about this. And with rest, you're like, okay, I just need to move away from this. I need to take a break. I need to put distance because I'm not ready for this. This rest card also makes me think of the Four of Swords in tarot, which is all about like distance or like cutting off or no communication, rest, basically. But I'm going to go ahead and ease your mind. We're going to look at what your person is currently thinking about you. What do they think about when you come across their mind? And then after that, we're going to do what would they say to you if they could speak honestly, truly from their highest self. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and adjust, and then we'll get into that. All right, pile 4. I'm back. I had to charge the battery for a little bit, so I had to take a quick break. But now we're going to quickly get into what your person is thinking about you. When you cross their mind, what goes through their head? What are they thinking about you right now? It's pile 4. What is your person thinking about you right now? Oops. Excuse me. Wow, okay. Your person wants to attain you. Interesting. They want to win you over. They want you to be, I don't want to say they're possessive, but for some of you, they might seem like they're like a little bit like chasing, but with the Three of Wands, it's like they're really looking towards the future, and they're like, I want to get to know this person more. This Three of Wands, you see this man standing on this hill, and sorry, just sneezed. Okay. This Three of Wands, you see this man looking over this hill at this bright future, and he desires to go there. And Wands is all about passion, and I think your person really wants to pursue you. They want to see where this could go. They're really interested in you, and they want to attain you. I don't mean they want to like conquer you. That's like a little weird. I don't know how else to phrase it, but it's like they want to see where this can go, and I don't know why I keep saying they want to win. Maybe for some of you, your person's kind of like the conqueror type, and like they want to attain you, but to me it doesn't feel like kind of like in a sexual way. It feels like they're so interested in you. They just want to get to know you. They want to be close to you. They want to know everything about you, and they want to have these conversations. And it's like, maybe that's where you're getting that energy. Like, it's too much too fast, because it's like they want it all. They want to like, they're so interested. And I feel like when this person has their eyes on someone, they're just gonna go and go and go. And like, you're like, whoa, slow down, chill. Let's take a break. Like, you want to go slow, but they are all about like, I need to know. Like, they're so passionate. I think that's another reason you're drawn to their creative mind, is because they're so passionate about the things they love. And now you're one of those things that they're passionate about. I'm not saying love, that's a very strong word, but they're definitely very passionate about you. They want to chase you, and they want to get to know you. Let's see what else I can get. Five of Swords reversed. It's like, okay, never mind. I'm gonna get the rest of the cards so I can formulate my thoughts. Wow, okay. Everything's all over the place. I feel like your person is a fast talker, or they have like a lot of thoughts on their mind, and they always have all these brimming ideas that they just want to get out. And like, again, there's that creative mind. Like, Your person could be a fire sign. Fire signs tend to be very passionate people. Yeah, interesting, okay. What else? Or at least they could have strong fire placements. Pile 4. What is Pile 4's person thinking about them right now? Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. I feel like bottom of the deck, dissatisfied. Interesting. I think your person is afraid that they might have effed things up between the two of you. Like they've scared you off completely, and they're afraid that maybe you don't feel the same way. And they might even be beating themselves up a bit. Like, why did you do that? Why'd you say that? They're like, where did I go wrong? Well, like, they're frustrated with themselves because I feel like they've driven you away. The Five of Swords is kind of like after conflict, but reversed, it almost feels to me like they feel like they've scared you off for some reason, and they're not sure. Excuse me. They're not sure where you've gone or like what they've done wrong. They're like, I thought we had such a good flow going. I thought you were interested. I thought, blah, blah, blah. But now they're afraid that you just don't feel the same way. And I think maybe they feel like, was I immature? What, did I say something wrong? And they're still looking forward to being like, hey, can we talk? I want to get to know you. I still want to chase you. I'm still so attracted to you. It's like, but they don't know what they've done wrong. For some reason, they're dissatisfied with where things are right now. That's the bottom of the deck energy. And I think it's because you've taken this rest, you've taken this, you've moved away from them because you have this anxiety that I feel like things are moving too quickly and you're not ready for it. And now they're like, well, what next? What's going to happen next? So I'm going to quickly get a little bit more from the tarot on what they would say to you if they could be 100% honest. And I feel like it's kind of just going to fall in line with what we've previously gotten. I'm going to take a quick break just to see how much battery I have left because I really don't want to mess up again like I did with pile 3. But we'll be back in just a second. Okay, thankfully we're doing great with battery. I don't have a second screen, so I can't really see how all the cards are lined up, but I hope everything's even. I hope everything's in the shot. But anyways, enough of my ramblings. I'm new at this. What would your person say to you if they could be 100% honest? If they could speak directly from their higher self, what would pile 4 tell you? What would your person tell you? I think they're scared. They feel like they really messed up, or they feel like maybe it's hopeless. They still have all this attraction to you, and they still were looking forward to this dynamic that the two of you have, and this comfort, you make their mind feel alive. Like, your person is a very creative and passionate person, and I feel like you really stimulate them intellectually. And they enjoy those conversations with you so much, but because of this disruption, it's like now they're like feeling hopeless, like they can't really pursue you, like they can't get to know you, and you're still this mystery that they want to get to unravel, but they're afraid you don't feel the same way, or like they've scared you off, and now there's this distance and they're not really sure what's gone wrong. And the Seven of Cups reversed is like, I feel like in the beginning they were fantasizing about, oh my gosh, I want to get to know this person. They had so many questions they wanted to ask you, maybe like projects they wanted to work on with you. They had all these ideas in their head of what things could be like, but now it's like there's no hope for that anymore. Now they feel like maybe they jumped the gun, and now all those things that they were thinking of, they feel so far away now. And it's like, it's not like they've moved on. It's like they feel hurt and like saddened by the fact that to them it feels like nothing really can come of it. And I think it's because they don't have this clarity on why exactly there's this distance between the two of you and why you've been scared off a little bit. And they're kind of just wondering what they did wrong, and now they're scared that they're not going to get that connection with you that they, were so happy about to begin with. But anyways, I'm going to get the rest of the cards. What would their highest self tell you if they were 100% honest to you right now? They're very attracted to you. I mean, Queen of Wands is like, I wouldn't say she's the most attractive beauty-wise out of, well, I mean, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying, like, compared to the other ones, you can't say one is more beautiful than the other. But, like, pure energy attractiveness, she's the most attractive of them all because she kind of radiates this glow. Wands is about passion. It's also about creativity. I feel like creativity is a really big part of this reading for some reason. But they're so attracted to you. You're this Queen of Wands in their eyes, and even this showing up in like the middle, I'm still gonna get to more. So it's like the middle of the reading. It's like it all revolves around you. Like they have this image of you in their mind that they're so infatuated with, and they're so drawn to you. Like I think at the beginning I said it's possible it could be a karmic connection because of how quickly they felt this connection, and they're not sure why they're drawn to you. I think for some of you, I mean, people might put the label soulmate or twin flame. You label it how it feels right, but it does feel like a karmic connection of some kind. Like, they're just so drawn to you, and they can't get you out of their head. What else would they say? Knight of Cups reversed. I feel like they can't really come forward. I feel like they're afraid to scare you off or step on your toes, and they feel a little wounded emotionally. I feel like they're feeling like a little beat down. Like they're like, I had this cup to offer you. I was gonna be this Knight of Cups. I wanted to offer you all this love, this passion that I feel, this attraction, but now it's like, oh, do you want this cup? Like, I'll keep it if you don't want it. And it just feels like this kind of like sad, like I don't know how to approach. There's a lot of water here. Your person could be also a water sign, or it could be that if it's not a zodiac sign, that they're just feeling really emotional right now. It's like before it was all passion, creativity, wands, but now it's brought out this side of them that's more slow and emotional and worried and like, what did I do wrong? And just kind of like sad, and makes me feel bad. But I'm not saying like you should give them a pity party. Everybody's situation is different. For all I know, for some of you, like maybe they wronged you and that's why you're like jumping away, like, but it does feel like they're genuinely worried about what they did wrong, and they're very confused, and they just wish that things could go back to how they were so they could continue to get to know you, and you guys could just have this flow again, because now it feels like there's this dam up and the flow has stopped. Disruption, if you will. But anyways, the last card, what would they tell you? The Empress. Oh my god, literally they think that you are so beautiful. You've got two of the most beautiful cards coming out. They think you're gorgeous. They're so attracted to you. The Empress literally like radiates, emanates this glow, this divine beauty. The Empress is, if I had to choose the most beautiful, like feminine, attractive card in the whole deck, it would probably be the Empress, but like close second is the Queen of Wands. So they are so insanely attracted to you, and they want to give you a lot. I feel like they're really into you, and they're so infatuated with wanting to get to know you. You're this mystery. They have so much passion for you. This is a really passionate person, and they've set their eyes on you, and they want to get to know you. it's interesting because I see how you have this hesitancy where you're afraid to jump into things too soon, but your person is very fast-paced and they want to know everything. And now that there's this break, they're very upset, they're very sad. They're like, what did I do wrong? But I feel like for some of you, it's like they didn't do anything wrong. It's just you two move at very different paces. And I feel like for this to work, it's kind of got to meet in the middle, or at least you need some communication on like what the expectations are, because I don't think it's okay. Not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm saying like I don't think you are. I'm trying not to say this where it sounds accusatory, which it's not. I'm saying I don't want you to feel this anxiety. I don't think that you should have to feel this anxious about this connection with this person that's just genuinely so excited to get to know you. I feel like it's supposed to be this beautiful thing and not this thing filled with fear. So for some of you, that's the case. Of course, everybody's situation is different, but yeah, that's all I have to say before I give too much of my 2 cents. But I really hope that this resonated. I really hope that this helped and gave you some advice, gave you some clarity on your situation. If you really resonated with this reading and you liked it a lot, please give it a like. If you're looking for more, I'm doing my best to post as often as I can. So if you want any more readings like this, feel free to subscribe. And if you would want a one-on-one personal reading, I do provide those for as cheap as $15. So check the description box below for my website if you want a personal reading. But without further ado, I hope you have a great rest of your night or morning, wherever you are, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.